Welcome, ladies, gents, and our non-binary friends to Spoiler Sleepover, Season 4. The altar has been set, the drinks have been mixed, and a sacrifice must be made. So, join the cult of classics.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm in a different place. I'm in the middle of the woods in a corner in a very hot wooden box. I don't have AC in this coffin.
Kinky.
Hey now.
Welcome back, ladies, gents, and our non-binary friends, to the last movie for the Cult of Classics publicly. If you want another episode, subscribe to the Patreon. That's patreon.com/Spoiler Sleepover Podcast.
The last public episode of the 60s. The 60s. We're not done with the Cult of Classics just yet.
No, we just started. Yes. Yeah. And it's also the last episode in Pride Month. So, hey, do us a favor. Jump on over to goreclown.com and purchase one of our Safe Space Pride shirts. We are donating 100% of the proceeds to the Trevor Foundation. Or the Trevor, yes.
Trevor Project.
The Trevor Project. Thank you very much. Jeez Louise. Brain fart. But yeah, so we are keeping none of that money. We don't want it. We want to donate to, as we said last week, we're going to figure it out. I figured it out pretty quick. As soon as we were done recording, I was like, oh, the Trevor Project. Duh. So yes, please go grab one of those shirts. We are donating. But today we are talking about a movie from 1968. I am Rob.
I'm Jason Michael.
And before we get into this beautiful spoiler, let's jump into a little What's Been Keeping You Up at Night.
Told you I had an interesting one.
That was fucking precious, dude. So
I know. Look at him. It's a little stuffed one from Phasmophobia.
I love it.
He's adorable.
Oh,
but I'm going to use it on you, goddammit.
Well, before you do that, what's been keeping you up at night, Jason?
Well, as I've been hinting at recently in previous episodes, From is getting fucked. So you haven't caught up on it, and all I can say is I'm sad that we're coming down to the final episodes of season 4. And apparently the whole show is wrapping up next season with season 5, but Lord knows how long that's going to take, because sometimes it could take upwards of 2 years for the next season to come out. So we'll see what happens. The moment this season started, I was like, we are in so much trouble. We are so fucked. And it hasn't gotten much better for the cast in Fromville. But once Rob watches it, we'll be able to talk about it. But if you're watching From, hey, hit me up. Hit me up. I want to talk about it because nobody else watches it.
Once I'm caught up, I think we'll do a Patreon episode of just like a breakdown of all the seasons and like just have an open discussion. I think that'd be fun.
I hope you're ready for your brain to feel like mush afterwards, because there's a lot of questions and no answers, but apparently we're supposed to get a bunch of answers at the end of this season. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
God, yeah. What's been keeping you up at night?
So I finally started watching The Blue-Eyed Samurai on Netflix. Fuck Netflix, but on Netflix. It had been on my radar, but was never something that I was like, oh, I definitely need to watch this. But it was like, eventually I'll watch it. Well, for my wedding, my aunt and uncle, my aunt and uncle flew in from California with my cousin.
Yeah, they did.
Which was really awesome. It means the world to me. Kate and Joe, if you're listening to this, hi, I love you. So they flew out here. It was my cousin's first time on an airplane, which was really cool for her. But Joe had said, I worked on that. And I said, oh, really? What'd you do? And he was like, I did background and some other stuff. And I was like, cool. So I looked it up, and he's only listed as a previs artist, which is kind of what he does. Like, he does voice acting, but he also is a previs artist for a lot of like Disney and stuff like that. For those of you who don't know what a previs artist is, when you computer animation needs a skeleton before they put the skin on it, and he does like motion. So he makes the skeleton, he animates the motion to see if it works. So all of that was him. He did backgrounds for all the episodes. So he was like, "Yeah, I worked on that. I'm really proud of it." And I was like, "I will watch it for sure. Like I'll bump it up in my stuff." So I started watching that,
And it sucks. Oh.
No, he goes, "Don't watch it with the kid." And I was just like, I wouldn't. It says it's like TVMA, and he was like, "Okay, cool." He goes, "There's a lot of nudity and sex," and I was like, "Cool." So I was just like, "All right."
Blue-eyed simmer.
And I wasn't expecting to get like 30 minutes into the first episode, and they were like, "Boobs," and I was like, "There they are." So yeah, they're long episodes too. They're like
Still
movie
better
length.
than the haunting world of El Super Beasto.
Anything's better than that. But yeah, no. So that's what's been keeping me up at night. Shout out to Joe White, spelled Whyte. If you're looking into who is this guy, once you look him up on IMDb, you're gonna be like, "Ha, I know a lot of the things he's done." You're gonna be like, "It's pretty cool." So
Nice.
yeah, that's what's been keeping us up at night. If you're watching from, seriously hit up Jason Michael. Because
that's me.
He's very lonely with the
Stuck in a hot boxed
it.
corner, only watching from, and I'm sitting here going, but nobody to talk to about it.
Yeah,
Rob.
Sorry. Well, and if you watched Blue-Eyed Samurai, what were your thoughts? Let us know. Well, now that that's over with, let's jump into our earworms. Jason Michael, what's been squiggling in and out of your ear holes this week?
Well, because I am missing the other country oh so very much, I went disc golfing where I found out what stinging nettles are. I don't remember if I mentioned that. I'm pretty sure I did. Yep, where my legs felt like this. It felt like the Linkin Park song "Crawling" because it was crawling in my skin, dude. It was like something was underneath my skin. It was horrible. But I don't really play disc golf with music, but I was listening to some of the songs that this group was playing. I was like, thank God the Pixel has what's currently playing, and just saved a bunch of the songs. So I've been listening to a lot of those songs recently, such as, let me pull it up right now. Southern Man by Action Elizada.
Bless you.
Thanks, man. Porcelain and Pain by Steven Rodriguez. Hold On by Wyatt Creed and Cloud Chief. In the Air Tonight, a Sons of Legion cover. Yeah.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Oh, Lord.
Hold on.
Or whatever. Yeah, I know it's bouncing. It's because it's on my legs.
Oh, my Lanto, don't do that.
Yeah. Hope you took your Dramamine. Woo! Now, I wouldn't entirely recommend the Sons of Legion cover because while it sounds great, they don't have the drum part. So what's the fucking point? Anyway, that's what I've been listening to. So I tried it while playing disc golf here the other day and didn't play that well. And my putter is now on the bathhouse roof over there. So don't ask.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It's okay. We'll get it down eventually. Rob, what's been squiggling in and out of your ear?
Well, one of my favorite bands, Left to Suffer, dropped a new single called Gun in a Duffel Bag. Oh, violent-ass name for a song, but the song is also lyrically violent. So I listened to that, really dug it a lot. It's nice that they're back because they have just straight up fucking disappeared. I legitimately thought they broke up and just hadn't said anything to anybody. But it's really nice to know that they're back. The song rips. I'm really enjoying it. So I've just kind of gone down the rabbit hole again of listening to what there is of Left to Suffer music. But I've been listening to Left to Suffer radio a lot on Spotify, which just has banger band after banger band. And it's been really good. So
nice.
That's what's been penetrating my ear orify this week. I did it to myself. You can't even get upset. I said
I
it about
can
myself.
And I will. Don't tell me what I can and can't be upset about.
Oh, man. Well, let us know what you've been listening to this week. Are you an instrument player like the two of us? Do you play guitar, bass, drums, the skin flute? Let us know. Now, finally, a little... So
I just
this
wasn't
might be
expecting skin flute.
always expect a skin flute.
I was going to say nobody expects it.
That sounded like a threat. Sorry. So at this point, I'm pretty sure this is old news, but it might not be. This may be new news to most people. And by old news, I mean it came out like a couple weeks ago. But I've been sitting on it because I wasn't sure the news was real. And then the writer-director was just like, no, this is something I'm working on. And I was like, oh.
Damian Leone again?
No. So I'm still not sure how I feel about this. I do think it's currently where I'm sitting. I think it's stupid until they release what the premise is going to be. I'm going to sit on this as a stupid idea. But Ari Aster has announced that he has indeed written a prequel to Hereditary. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't really. The only thing I could think of is we're going to follow the older lady and like the cult aspect of things, like a cult movie, instead of just it being like, oh, we're solely focused on a family fucking being the vessel for this demon.
And you know we love our cults, but
and I don't know. I mean, I love Hereditary enough that I own at least 2 T-shirts. I think 3. I own a long sleeve, and yeah, I own 3
copies of the Blu-ray.
Yeah, no, I only have 1. Yeah, I only have 1. I have been looking for the Steelbook, so if anyone finds the Steelbook, let me know. But I don't know, man. I'm down for a cult movie, but maybe don't announce that it's a prequel to Hereditary and then just name it after the demon. I don't know.
It's already leaving a bad taste in my mouth because I don't think it needs, like a lot of those movies, Midsommar, Hereditary, The Vivitch, The Lighthouse, all of those I feel like are a one-off story, and that's all we need, because it feels like we get a beginning, we get every bit in the middle, and then we get an ending that wraps it all up. That's it. That's all we need. We don't need a sequel to Midsommar. Yes, she's happy over there. That's fine. For Hereditary, shit's fucked, man. Shit's fucked hardcore.
Yeah.
The Vivitch, I honestly don't remember that one. It was the daughter's a witch at the end or something. Spoiler.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and then the Lighthouse. I mean, where can you go from there? Man is splayed out.
Bashing seagulls against rocks.
Yeah.
So there's a part of me that understands it. I can understand creating a world, like a pocket, really. That's what he did. Hereditary is a pocket. When it comes down to the story, everything is contained within the family. Everything is just being learned by the family. And us as the viewers are also learning that. We're like, oh, wow, like we're learning as they are, as what's going on. And I like movies like that where they're not spoon-feeding any of us. We are learning along with everybody. And so I can understand creating that pocket and being like, this was really great and it was really contained. And then having your brain start creating more. And I understand that. A creative should do those sort of things. My thought is write a book. Because I'll tell you this, I would be much faster to pick up the book and read it versus dedicating time to go watch a movie. Now, Ari Aster is an amazing director. He's a fantastic writer. I'm sure whatever he makes is going to be beautiful to watch. But it's also a matter of, is it worth the time? Is it worth it? As a book, 100%. As a movie, we'll have to wait and see, I think. So, but yeah, let us know what your thoughts are. Are you an Ari Aster fan or hater? There are those out there who don't like this new horror, whatever they call it, elevated horror. But I don't know, man. I feel like people are just too... I can
see why.
I just feel like people are too judgmental. I have a bone to pick with the boys over at fucking horror movie night, and that was almost what's been keeping us up at night, but I chose not to do it. So
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Dude, I'll tell you after record, and you're going to get angry too. But anyways, let us know your thoughts. And before we get into the spoiler one last time, here's a motherfucking ad. Spoiler Sleepover is sponsored by Gore Clown Shop, the only place to get official Spoiler Sleepover merch. Visit goreclown.com now. Seriously, visit goreclown.com now. Again, I know I said at the top of the episode, I'm going to say it again now, and I'm going to say it again at the end of the episode.
Sounds
We
like
do have a safe space Pride shirt available right now on Gore Clown. All of the proceeds are going to the Trevor Project. Please go on over, pick up one of those shirts, gift it to a friend if you don't want to wear it, or just buy it and know that all of the money is going to the Trevor Project. Thank you so much. We love you all. Love is love. Happy Pride. All right, let's get into this movie. I was going to say something, but I'm going to save it for a little bit later. Jason Michael, what are we talking about today?
Well, we're talking about a movie where if you search it up, you get one of two options. Either the original movie or the Mystery Science Theater 3000 Riff Tracks one.
Yep.
We are talking about 1968's Astro Zombies.
We sure are.
That's how this is going to go.
Yeah.
If you weren't already convinced by the MST, just the
So the studio released, oh boy, a premise. Ready for this one's kind of funny. This is almost like they released it as if this was supposed to be read by a narrator, but so I'll read it thusly. The plan to build a superhuman. How? By murdering innocent, convenient victims and using various bits of them. The result? Creatures on the rampage. So here's the thing.
That is the most. I wasn't ready. That is
I wasn't
the
ready
most.
either. I'm not wearing a thing shirt.
There you go. That is the most like cliche movie like idea, and also just saying it in the most non-descriptive way. It's like a thing happens with someone and something, and then they go to this place at this time. But wait for it, it ends. And it's like, what?
Yeah. It's also no. Like I read there people attempted on IMDb to write a premise that worked for this movie, and
How'd it go?
none of them worked. I watched this movie and went, I'm not wasting my time. So that's not the movie at all. The movie really is, what the fuck is going on? This movie was written and directed by Ted V. Michaels.
Sure.
It was also written by Wayne Rogers. So two writers for some fucking reason. Now, I'm going to jump directly into the fun fact about one of the fun facts I have about this.
A not so fun fact?
No, it's a fun fact, and it makes you go, oh, this makes a lot of sense. But also keep in mind, 2 fucking people wrote this movie. This movie was shot over a period of only 6 days.
Yeah, I can see that.
So there's a part of me that's just like, okay, but I don't know.
Is that a good thing? Is that a flex, Astro Zombies? What's happening?
I don't know. So there's also the Misfits wrote a song about with the same title. They wrote a song about the movie. I also added into my notes why, but and then I just had like a commentary on myself that I added because I was like, when his name popped up, oh yeah, I should rewind. Turns out I'd never seen this one either. So there's 2 movies on this list so far I'd never seen.
Ta-da.
I remember I recognized the opening, and then nothing after that point. So,
I just like how I pressed play on the movie and it went. It's like, you know, the toy cars that you pull back and then you just like let them go. It was already spinning its wheels as I put it on the ground. I went, Phoom.
You know what's funny is the movie has the same momentum as one of those cars too, because it was just
Not
like
wrong.
zoom. Okay, but I wrote in here, I was like, John Carradine being in this movie is one of the wildest things I've ever seen in my life. His name popped up in the credits, and I was like, okay, seeing his name, I was like, this might be good. And I was like, I was like 30 minutes into this movie, and I was like, the fuck is happening? Like,
No.
the whole time.
As Rob did just say, yes, we welcome back to the podcast John Carradine from last season of Frankenstein's Island from 1981. I feel like he's a very I would say similar character. I'm sure he was some sort of scientist while he was alive, but he was
Yeah.
just a floating head. And man, did he still not look good.
No, this is terrible.
Like, he was handsome as Dracula, but man.
So my next note is first 30 minutes of the movie equals what the hell is going on? Damn, this is boring. And then
30 minutes?
Dude, and then after that, I have a timestamp on here. It's like 40 minutes into 50 minutes into the movie, like damn near the end of the movie. All caps, what the fuck is going on? Like, the whole time I was watching this movie, I'm like, it's hard to spoil this movie, so I'm gonna do it. I've thought about this because I'm like, how do I approach spoiling a movie that literally makes no fucking sense? So there is, and I explained this to one of my coworkers too, because he was just like, dude, why are you laughing so hard at your desk? And I'm like, I'm so fucking confused right now. I was just lost. But so there are two separate labs. There's like a government style lab, and then there's like a Frankenstein's type of lab that's underground, literally underground. And then there is some angry, I'm assuming, I couldn't tell if it was just the eye makeup or if she actually was an Asian actor, but like a mob boss. I don't know. And then her tiny little Hispanic sidekick, who, by the way, took a class in overacting at the end of this movie. And dude, I was in fucking tears, laughing my ass off. But
nothing about this little Weasley man was threatening in any way, shape, or form.
No.
He had the fucking pencil thin mustache, and he's got a knife, and he's like, I'm gonna get you. Yeah. It's like, oh, little guy, you tried.
The opening of this movie really gave me hope for a moment, because I was like, oh, okay, this seems like, just the opening alone gave me like Italian, like slasher feels. I don't really know how to describe it. Like, once she pulls into the garage, I should be more specific. Once she pulls into the garage, I was like, oh shit, this might be good. It gave me Giallo feels. Like, that's what it gave me. But the opening itself is like a solid 4 minutes of this woman just driving. And the worst like popcorn surf song playing as she's driving through the hills of California. It's just like, I was just like, okay. Then she pulls into her garage, and whoever did sound for this movie needs to be, if they're not already dead, they should be put down. But
Jesus Christ,
so many moments of just nothing, like no music, no sound, just fucking silence. So she pulls into the garage and she looks around like she's shocked or scared, but there's no sound, like none whatsoever. And I was like, the fuck is she looking at? And then like a fucking cartoon, two hands like pop around, and then this fucking masked, I don't know. She doesn't see it at first. Oh my God.
It looks cool.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, I'm here for this Astro outer space zombie. And then I see it's wearing clothes and gloves, and I'm like, did the budget stop at the mask? Was that it? No.
I would probably guess so, yes.
I don't know why it's called Astro Zombies. They're fucking not even zombies. It's a Frankenstein's monster situation. They're people.
Yep. Or bits of people, as the synopsis said.
And I'm only assuming, because nothing's actually fully explained, but I'm only assuming that the masks that they wear are just keeping all their bits and parts in order so that they can stay alive, because there's like some light source that helps them. They have a battery pack on the front of their belts, like they're fucking Kamen Rider. Like, the design, everything about this made no sense.
The design doesn't know what it wants to do. So on the bright side, it looked cool. Like,
that's as far as it went.
But I mean, here's the thing: when you think of Astro Zombies, you think of how cool the cover looked with the spooky, like, giant skeleton robot type thing.
Yeah,
with the giant fucking kukri, which didn't show up until like the last 2 seconds of the movie.
Right.
I was like, what? Where is the actual knife that this fucking? Oh, there it is. Cool.
Found it.
We have we have 5 minutes left. Got it.
And it is one of those movies. It still gives the 50 vibes where like
Yes, it does.
all the bad things are done or killed, and then it just says the end. I was just like, cool. When it was over, I was like, thank fucking Christ. I'm never watching this movie again. It was horrid. And I actually thought to myself, I was like, I thought the suffering was over. Oops.
Sorry.
But it's a cult classic, and that's why we did it.
You know what I also find really funny about this movie with the sound? The fucking silenced pistol that the mob boss uses. It is the
Love it.
same stock sound every single time. Like you've heard that in everything silenced pistol wise. It's just pew, pew, pew. It's like, what? There was no attempt.
No.
No.
There was one moment that I absolutely... So, somehow this woman... All right.
Woman!
We go from the
He's
garage.
really trying.
We go from the garage to a guy in a car rewinding a reel-to-reel tape. Again,
And we watch it all happen.
no music, and it keeps cutting between the tape set, his face, and out the window, and just keeps doing that as if it's building tension to something, and it builds to fucking nothing. But I was just like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Nothing. Nothing happens. And then it turns out he's taking the tape to, I'm just going to call her the mob boss, because that's what I assume she is. Takes it to the mob boss, says, you don't know what I went through to get this. And she was like, okay, so what are you trying to get at? And he was like, I want more money. And then that's when Pulpito pulls out his little pokey across the fucking table, nonetheless. And I was like, there's no threat to you. What is he gonna do? Like, there's a table between the two. Yeah, he crawls over the table like a little goblin. But gives her the tape. Now, this is the best part, is she agrees to it. The camera cuts to a guy standing by the door. She just nods at him. He leaves. And then she's like, give him the money. So he gets the money, and then he leaves. But before he leaves, we get a cut to the outside of the dude who just walked out. And now, again, assuming the guy with the tape had a driver, we didn't know that, but he had a driver, and the dude just comes up and like chokes him out real quick, and he drops. And there's a moment, I rewound it because I was just like, there's no way this was on purpose. And rewatching it, that one scene the second time, I was like, there's no way this was on purpose. But he chokes him out. The camera like drops. So it was like somebody didn't tighten it well enough, and it just like hit the floor. And I was like, oh shit. Like they left it in because they didn't have a fucking choice. Then the camera cuts to a close-up of the dude on the ground, and the guy who choked him out karate chops him twice in the neck. And I was like, okay. Takes the guy's hat off, puts it on, struggles to take his jacket off. So everybody, I'm assuming you as well, were like, oh, okay, cool. He's going to pose as the driver. He's going to, whack him when they leave, whatever. Dude who sold the tape walks out, promptly gets run over. And I'm like, what was the point of taking the hat and the jacket if he wasn't going to fucking see you? Like,
he was cold and it was about to rain.
It's fucking California. It can't be that cold. Shout out to Aroma Joe's.
I had Aroma Joe's earlier today as well for the first time in a few months. It's great.
They made me a cotton candy one. I said, I want something real sweet. Can you make cotton candy rush? And they were like, we sure can. And I was like, great. And they I don't know if you'll be able to see it. They drew a little cotton candy on top. I thought it was cute. Anyway.
Wait, bring it back. Boop. Hell yeah.
It's so cute. So shout out to the girls at the Newington Aroma Joe's.
The Loudon Aroma Joe's, they are very, very sweet. That is they are the nicest Aroma Joe's I've ever been to.
The movie legitimately makes no sense. We don't really understand what the recording was about, this surgery that they're trying to do to like reanimate like hearts and brains. We get the government labs working on it. She's chasing down, the mob boss is chasing down members from the government lab, leading to one of the fucking funniest moments in the movie where like three of them are being chased down by Pulpito and her and somebody else, the guy with the big nose, and they take out two of them, and then the last one runs around the corner like a rooftop pool, and she is standing there, like leg up, like
Yep.
Captain Morgan with her
Yep.
gun, and she goes pew 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 pew, and he does these stereotypical 50s, because I can't even say this was a 60s thing, but it's 50s, and like grabs himself like this and then falls into the pool. And I was cracking the fuck up because she's just so like, she's posed and like pew pew pew.
Bet you remember this now that you're dead.
And then we get a close-up of her, like Quentin Tarantino shot, like the low shot where she looks super menacing, and she just shoots him more times. I'm like, he's fucking dead. Like that wasn't
Are you
necessary.
sure?
That's complete overkill. But
But are you sure?
that part had me in stitches. I was laughing my ass off. I was like, this is fucking hilarious. So let me refer to my notes here. Oh yeah. So I've just titled him Perv Doctor. Has a girlfriend. There is, because of the movie, because of the writer, the director specifically of this movie, he's known for doing like exploitation films. So I was like, there's going to be,
Yeah, I could feel that.
there's going to be a lot of boobs in this movie. And there wasn't. I was kind of shocked. There was kind of, and I'm going to say kind of, because she's like painted camo. But that scene also, in tears, I was laughing so hard. I was like, this is the only saving grace. Is this movie is so stupid. The shit that's happening on screen is fucking hilarious.
So I was looking at it and I was like, I don't recall much nudity happening in the 60s, because I mean, you can see nipple. It's just really weird that it's also everybody's there like, yes, she's dancing and we're enjoying this and watching. It's a place to bring your dates. It's like fucking Brain That Wouldn't Die. And I was watching it and I was like, I don't know when the first time that like nudity is in the 60s. What I found, there's apparently a lot in the 1800s and early 1900s that I didn't even know about.
Oh yeah, tons.
But apparently, popularly by Jane Mansfield in Promises in 1963 was one of the more popular first ones that I found.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because it kind of took me for a loop. I was like, this feels like a Universal monster, and boobs. Oh, okay.
Yeah, once you hit the 70s too, it was porn.
I believe we're about to see a bunch of boobs and bush.
Well, so what I was going to tell you was porn was trying to become mainstream. Most famously, Debbie Does Dallas was released like theatrically, and it's a straight up porno. Like,
yep.
And they hired actors and actresses, not like now where it's like that's a porn actor or actress. They were like actually actors and actresses. And they were like, this is the new phase of cinema. And people were like, this is smut. Like you're trash, and it killed careers. So, but
not surprised.
This scene too was fucking hilarious because it was just that guy with the crooked bongos, like who had no rhythm whatsoever. And a curtain behind him grows an arm, basically. And I was like, this was the moment. I was like, the fuck is happening right now? And then she comes out and does a flapper dance, because it's a flapper bar, by the way. Those were very popular back then. But we get an entire unorganized dance sequence. Then we cut over to Perv Doctor, his girlfriend, and his business partner. And my God, this dude has no chill. His girlfriend's with him, and he's just like, that's my kind of girl. She was like, is that what you like? If you say that, I'm going to be jealous. I'm like, if it was now, he would be fucking single. Like,
stabbed in the neck and left at the bar.
Yeah. And then a waitress comes over. This was the moment too. I was like fucking dying, but a waitress comes over, gives him another drink. She turns around and bends over. And he's just like, right at her butt. Like, I was just like, calm down, dude. And she was like, you're gonna make a girl jealous. And I was just like,
she takes out a notepad, starts writing down reasons why she's gonna murder him later.
Yeah,
it's all justified.
So dumb. But so jump to the Frankenstein lab. They have, I didn't even write his name down, but the
John Carradine.
The Igor character with the worst hairstyle I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know.
That guy was weird. earlier in the movie, we get a car crash. We don't see it happen. It's already happened. There's a body, and then this Igor like character just pops out of nowhere and drags the body off. Shit was fucking wild. They're farming bodies, and between both labs, they're doing the same fucking thing, except the Frankenstein lab is making Astro Zombies. Why do they call them Astro? I don't know. Doesn't make sense. But we do find out the one bit of information. Why are these things going out and killing people? Because they're utilizing the bodies and brains of serial killers. Stupendous. Well, they don't call them serial killers because that phrase wasn't out yet, but mass killers. Stupid. And then the movie ends at the Frankenstein-style lab where the mob boss shows up and Popito shows up, and for some reason the police know where to go. That's never explained. And Popito runs away, and this is a lesson from the class of overacting. He gets gunned down in a blaze of glory, but boy, howdy, does he flail his body around. And when he hits the ground, he lands like Peter Griffin when he gets hurt. And I was crying. I was laughing my ass off. I was like, I need to watch that again. So as bad as this movie was, I rewound it twice just to watch one scene. And I was just like, I have to see that again. This was so bad. But yeah.
This whole movie is 3 different stories all trying to do their own thing at the same time. There's the mob boss, there's John Carradine, and then there's the fucking doctor and his girlfriend. And it's, again, a movie called Astro Zombies. We see an Astro Zombie in the beginning, a little bit in, and then we don't see it until the end. I was literally saying to myself, where the fuck are the Astro? Oh, there it is. All right, cool.
Yeah.
It just showed up at the end and then gets swiftly decapitated. And it's like, that's what I was waiting for?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
The doctor, the boy doctor, the male doctor, the perv shows up at Frankenstein's lab. This is the other thing. This whole ending had me fucking crying and laughing. But the lab is like underground. So there's a doorway and then a staircase that leads down. And he pops in around, points at them and goes, "Stop there." The fuck is that gonna do? So then, of course,
you and fucking mustache with a knife over there are you're just adorable. You two, you're so scary.
Yeah, he gets shot at by the mob boss. Then he proceeds to pull out his gun. I'm like, you just pointed, stop there, like it was gonna work. Like so dumb.
I put my gun finger in my trench coat, being like, "Stop!" I think I'll have a gun.
One of the there's 2 Astro Zombies. One gets decapitated, the other one gets electrocuted. And
just all of a sudden, when was there a second one? Fuck.
They had been working on it. I don't know if it was the random girl he had tied up that we never got an answer to. That was a thing too. There was a girl in a bikini just tied up for no reason. Kept screaming.
Is that who I call Boobs McGee? Might have been. Yeah, somebody was named Boobs McGee in my notes. I don't
Very
remember.
well could be.
Probably.
But it was just, my lord. What's my other called Astro my other note called Astro Zombies, but they are just reanimated human corpses. Still have no clue why they named the movie Astro Zombies.
I mean, space was big in the 60s. That's probably what they were trying to get asses in seats for Astro Zombies, and
it's stupid too because even like promotional posters had space helmets on zombie faces.
Yeah, they did.
Even one of the main movie posters shows it's the mask styling with a zombie styled body and clothing on what looks like to be a moon. There's none of that in the movie. It's like it ended and I started Googling because I was like, did I watch the wrong movie? No. Nope, that's Astro Zombies for you. But this movie's a cult classic. I'm sure we're going to hit another one at some point where I'm going to be like, I don't understand why. And that's fine. But goddamn, this should have been on last season. Holy shit.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that, ladies, gents, and our non-binary friends, is Astro Zombies from 1968.
Unfortunately.
Another what is that? 3 out of the 4 from the 60s that felt like they were still in the 50s.
Yeah.
So I'm. Do you have a bloody legend? Because I know mine. I kind of already said it.
Yeah, my bloody legend is the end credits.
Brutal.
The fact that the movie fucking ended, I was like, thank Christ.
I was gonna say the design of the Astro Zombie, just because that in its own.
Yeah.
It's like, I recognize this. I just don't know what for. From. Turns out, a great movie. So with that being said, now it's time to. We got a lot of stuff to do here. We got to rank this movie, put it in our cult lineup, and then do the rundown. So, Rob, scale of 1 to 10, Astro Zombies, where is it in your cult?
It's a 1.
Well, fuck you too.
It is a fuck you, fuck me, fuck my time being wasted 1. This movie was horrible. And therefore, I get to just jump to this real quick. This is full on getting sacrificed. Like this is getting tied to a stake, whipped, flogged, doused in liquid, covered in honey, so fucking having bees let loose on it and set the fuck on fire. This movie was horrible. Like, I am never watching this again. Wow, this was bad.
Starting to feel bad for Astro Zombies after that.
No,
punishment.
don't.
Jesus Christ.
Look what it did to us. This was terrible. So, yeah. Horrible. What about you? What's your number rating and where does this land in your cult?
Well, all in all, as shit as it was, I kind of enjoyed it a little bit. Not by much, but a little bit. I mean, it's not really going to help when I say I would give it a 5.
Jesus, that's too much.
For as stupid and as schlocky and just disjointed as a motherfucker that it was, I kind of had fun with it.
How does this get a 5, but Spider Baby gets a 4? That doesn't seem right to me.
Hold your fucking phone and every horse that you own and shut up. Give it a second. Goddamn. I would still sacrifice it though. This is my first official sacrifice.
Yay! Oh my God.
Now, with that being said, let's run down this 1960s. Peeping Tom from 1960. You put it as
a leader.
I put it as a member. I would, after the rest of the 1960s, Peeping Tom is getting boosted up to a leader.
Hell
because
yeah.
Unfortunately, the 60s cult, not that great. Brain That Wouldn't Die, The Head That Wouldn't Die, or The Black Door from 1963.
Yeah, that's a member. It's just a member.
I said it was a member, but I told you I can change my mind at the end of the month. I am executing that motherfucker. I'm kind of shocked about that, but it did not stand up to what I remembered, unfortunately. So Brain That Wouldn't Die also gets the axe, gets decapitated a little extra.
Holy hell.
Now, yeah. Spider Baby from 1967, Rob.
Spider Baby is the cult leader assistant. It is right there, just like 1 point below. And it is killing it. It's killing it so much that
he's got to find a way to work this into every episode from now on.
That's it. The 60s are done. Yeah, I really like it. And when he does it, we'll find out.
Nice. Spider Babies, I did go back and rewatch it. It was still a member. It still is a member.
Okay, good. I'll put this back.
But I'm gonna boost it up to a 6.
Nice.
Still not the best thing I've seen, but because it did have Sid Haig and Lon Chaney Jr., I decided to give it that extra 2. So 1 for each of them right there.
Sweet.
I'm the Wolfman. God damn it. Or Lon Chaney Jr. And Astro Zombies from 1968. We both decided.
Sacrifice.
That was the 1960s. Damn. We're flying through it already.
Yeah, now Patreon. Those of you not subscribed to Patreon, you should. I'm not even going to say I suggest it. No, you should.
Do it.
You should do it. The cult continues this month. You get one more movie of the 60s over there where Jason Michael and I are building a cult together. We're going to build that cult over the entire season with each individual movie from each decade. And we will do a tier list at the end of the season to build this cult. But tune in last day of the month for 1968's Rosemary's Baby.
Ooh,
one of my all-time favorites.
This was one of the very first ones you decided to come up with for Jason Michael Gets Learned. It was this, Terminator, and Silent Night, Deadly Night, I think.
Nope, the first two, because oh boy, I have not let this go, was Rosemary's Baby and The Omen.
Oh yeah.
Classics that you've never seen that broke my brain. It still does to this day.
Tune in. Spoiler sleepover. Nope. Patreon.com/spoiler sleepover, not spoilersleepover.com/Patreon. Feels bass backwards, and that's fine. But once again, that's the end of the 60s. Next week, we're entering
the 70s.
I wasn't expecting hot dog, donut. Shall I explain?
You said entering.
I know. I picked up on it, but I wasn't expecting it. We're entering the 70s, starting right in the beginning of the month. Beginning of this decade, century, Jesus Christ. Too many words, with 1971. But what is it? You'll have to tune in next week and find out.
Until next week. Sleep tight, suckers. This movie sucked ass.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it so much.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Spoiler Sleepover. Join our cult by following our socials like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And for more offerings like this, follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/Spoiler Sleepover Podcast. So until next week, sleep tight, suckers!